Hello everyone, welcome to Forever Rugby on First Sports. And the Western Province have sealed a bonus point victory against the Bulls. It was obviously largely very much a fringe and amateur sort of Bulls side because there were literally 9 club players, 44 players missing from the first team. And the final scoreline read 48 points to 24. So the Bulls side, despite not having 44 regular players, managing to get a bonus point out of that game, which I think is the biggest takeaway. Obviously, the Western Province off to a 5-point win. You know, that was... it was always going to be a little bit tricky because you don't want to stumble against a side like this, but they got the job done relatively quickly. But I must say, hats off to the Bulls, because to be able to pull a side of Varsity Cup, club, fringe players who are under contract, youngsters, and put together a performance like that and score 24 points against the Western Province deserves a lot of credit. So Pine Pienaar and his team, they can be very, very proud of what they did. They gave their union a point. They were asked to fulfill their fixture, and they did more than that, and they gained themselves a point. So congratulations to the Bulls side, because it really was a mammoth effort. For the Western Province, I mean, look, you're never going to be disappointed with a 48-24 point win. But you would expect them to have done a lot more. And I think they should have done a lot more. I think they were a side that kind of underestimated this Bulls side and decided that this is going to be our time to throw the ball around, play some nice rugby. I'm going to get a try. You're going to get a try. Look, JJ Kotzer got 4 tries. So, I mean, man of the match is a pretty easy pick there. But I think that the Western Province could have gone and put in a 60, 70 point score had they stuck to the basics, had they stuck to their own game plan. And you kind of wonder, is there a lot of value in not doing that? Is there a lot of value in trying to score fancy tries, trying to do things differently? Or is it better to just go and execute your normal game plan and get the job done? Use it as a bit of a training hit out. But yeah, before we sort of we dissect the game and go through exactly what happened, please do smash like on the video. Do subscribe to the channel. We've obviously got Bulls versus Benetton coming up, which is the big exciting game. But look, I mean, it was the worst start for the Western Province, as the Bulls scored a very good try in the 4th minute, a fantastic little bit of interception from Richard Creel. He was my man of the match. He was brilliant for the Bulls, head and shoulders above most players, and I thought he was fantastic. But, I mean, an early try from the Bulls, but then when the Western Province kind of just sort of kicked into gear. Sitle Nzazula got a try in the 11th minute, and then they just went down to the maul. That was the thing, the Bulls were always going to struggle to front up with this Western Province pack. And the Western Province knew that. So after things weren't going well, they were going wide too early, they weren't quite coming off them, they went back to basics, and all they did was they kind of targeted the set piece. And, JJ Kotze ended up with 4 tries. 3 tries, but no, it was 4 tries. That was 3 tries. I don't know. We'll verify that. No, it was 4 tries. Sorry, I'm just looking at Jeff. Yeah, 4 tries, and it was all running mauls. They went down to the set piece, kicked towards the corner, and just steamrolled them. Richard Creel got a try early towards the second end of the first half. As I said, he was brilliant, but yeah, I mean, Evan Ruiz got a try, Dan Duplessis got a try. It was just one of those games where it was kind of a sort of boys against men. It was just a side that was too good. There were too many quality players in that Western Province side. But that Bulls side did put up some good fight. Big players for the Western Province. I thought Masimla made a difference when he came on. I thought Dan Duplessis had a nice game. Scored a try. But, 63 meters gained, 8 passes, 3 defenders beaten, 4 tackles made, 4 turnovers, 1. Sanatle was full of running. He gained 55 meters, 2 defenders run. Beaten, I suppose. Sergio Peterson, also 83 meters run, 5 defenders beaten, 3 clean breaks, 2 try assists from him. Evan Ruiz was ever present in the ball carrying. He made 8 carries, 65 meters made, 4 defenders beaten, 5 tackles. The front row was very good for the Western Province as well. I thought Adnan van Renen struggled a little bit. I was actually quite disappointed with him because I thought this was a nice game for him to try and build up some confidence and kind of sort of put his hand up as the first choice fly half. But I think that Tim Sweel, every time he comes on, does look a lot better than Abner van Renen. So I think that's probably a position which Tim Sweel is quite close to sort of knuckling down. For the Bulls, I thought Superior Mantanzima was very good. Got a yellow card, but looks to be a very nice player. And then, as I said, I think Richard Creel deserves a huge amount of praise. He made 10 carries, running 74 meters, 3 defenders beaten, 5 offloads, 1 try assist, 2 clean breaks, 1 try, 2 out of 2 tackles made, 2 turnovers, 1. He was brilliant. He was like a man on a mission. He was going to try and single-handedly win it for them. I also thought that Kamlasha, the Bulls captain, was very good. I thought he ran pretty well. Quite a few number of good offloads. It was quite cool to see Mklele Dlamini, the big G, or the giraffe as they call him, the club prop that they signed. He made 8 carries when he came on. He's a unit. He's 149 kgs. But if you look at the stats, it kind of tells you a very different story to the scoreline. I mean, if you look at the possession, this is where the Bulls get a lot of credit. 44% possession. I mean, that's not being completely outclassed. Territory-wise, only 37%. So they spend most of the time in their own half. And they're put under a lot of pressure. 4 tries to 7. The meters run, it was a very open game. I mean, we're looking at almost 1,000 meters run between the two sides. Defenders beaten 18 for the Bulls, 32 for Western Province, 7 clean breaks to 11. Defense, I mean, the Bulls made 73% of their tackles, 82 of 113. It's very uncharacteristic for the Bulls, but this is what I'm saying. This is what kind of shows you that it was very much a second-string Bulls side. The lineouts didn't work as well. The scrums didn't work as well. For the Western Province, they won 86% of their lineouts, 100% of their scrums. So it was just the set pieces that killed them. The Bulls conceded 16 penalties, whereas the Western Province only conceded 7. They each conceded a yellow card. So, yeah, look, it was an interesting game, though. I think that, it's not a game that we're going to sit there and dive too much into, but I was impressed with the Bulls. I think there's a lot of players that stood up and were counted. I think Richard Creel did himself a lot of favors. I think, as I said, I think Mantanzima was pretty good. I thought Lasha tried very hard. There were some players in that Bulls side that sit there and said, we could be good enough for this level. Maybe not now. They weren't supposed to be playing this level now. So, credit to them for the Western Province. It was what you kind of expect. They got the bonus point. I think a lot of Western Province supporters will be frustrated that they conceded a bonus point. So I think that's a pretty poor thing to do in the grand scheme of things, because it could come down to finishing first or second via 1 point, and that could be that point that they conceded to the Bulls. So they'll be frustrated that they conceded that bonus point. To have conceded 24 points against a side which is literally a third string side, and that 44 players weren't available, they won't be happy with that. And I think, Jake White's not going to say too much, I don't think, when he comes to hat, but I think that they'll be secretly quite annoyed. Not Jake White, saying Don Dobson's not going to be happy about that. I think that they'll be quite annoyed by the fact that they've conceded that bonus point. But for the Bulls, they've got a point out of it. There's not much more to say. It was just one of those games. But let me know what you thought of the game down in the comments below. Smash like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And we're going to be live very soon for Bulls vs. Benton to come hang out as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Steven, and I'll chat to you soon.